Greek recruitment ended yesterday with many students either running home to sororities or accepting bids to fraternities.
Coming up, we'll have a recap of the day's festivities and take a look at what people are most excited about.
Good evening and thank you for tuning in to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Matthew Hindley.
And I'm Madison Scarpino. Yesterday
was a wrap for recruitment when over 1,000 girls received bids to become new members of their sorority.
NewsWatch reporter DeAndrea Turner is in sorority row with more. DeAndrea?
Thanks, guys. Yesterday, just behind me, sorority row was filled with excited girls because they got to call 11 different sororities their new home.
Many girls gathered in the Grove Sunday for bid day to see where they would run home to. Recruitment started last Sunday with more girls participating this year, according to the coordinator of fraternal leadership and learning, Brooke Hubbard.
We had roughly 1,400 women participate this year compared to last year. We had roughly maybe like 1,350, so increasing in numbers.
Hubbard says that going through recruitment can be a time for girls to join something that's bigger than themselves.
11 great chapters on campus, and so I think it's just an exciting time for them to really get immersed in the campus experience and the college experience.
This year, recruitment had a 94% acceptance rate, which gave girls like Kennedy McClanahan and her mom the opportunity to celebrate a now legacy when she got her bid for Alpha Omicron Pi. McClanahan said she's excited that she gained sisters.
But I'm the only child, so I just gained tons of many more sisters and I can't wait.
A total of 1,324 women received bids and ran to their new home.
Students who completed the IFC recruitment process also received their bids on Sunday. 766 men participated. Reporting live from Sorority Row, DeAndrea Turner, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Thanks, DeAndrea. This past Saturday, the Rebels traveled to Baton Rouge to face off with number 5 LSU. Sports Watch reporter Annie Mapp is in studio to tell us how it unfolded. Annie?
That's right, Matthew. Ole Miss was not able to build off that Kent State win against number 5 LSU. The Rebels lost 16-45 in Death Valley on Saturday for what became a game loaded with mistakes. The Rebels had 17 penalties for 167 yards in the matchup and only one touchdown thanks to Scotty Phillips' 1-yard run late in the third quarter. Once again, the Rebels offense struggled to take on an elite SEC defense as it did against Bama. Meanwhile, LSU quarterback Joe Burrow stood out in the game. Burrow had a breakthrough performance, passing 292 yards with 3 touchdowns and rushing for 96 yards. Find out how Matt Luke hopes to recover from the loss coming up later on Sports Watch.
Thanks, Annie. And for an update on the Jessica Chambers murder trial, the judge has declared a mistrial in the case which found Chambers burned alive near Cortland in December 2014. This is murder suspect Quentin Tellis' second time on trial after a hung jury last year. Closing defense arguments on Sunday said Chambers told first responders that someone named Eric set her on fire. Prosecutors called a speech pathologist who said Chambers would not have been able to speak due to her burn injuries. The Chambers family said they are happy with the case the prosecution laid out. Today, during a press conference in the White House Rose Garden, President Trump called what Judge Brett Kavanaugh is experiencing as trauma, but also stressed the importance of a swift FBI investigation.
I want it to be comprehensive. I actually think it's a good thing for Judge Kavanaugh. I think it's actually a good thing, not a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. Now, with that being said, I'd like it to go quickly. And the reason I'd like it to go quickly, very simple. It's so simple. Because it's unfair to him at this point. What his wife is going through, what his beautiful children are going through is not describable. It's not describable. It's not fair.
Trying to go against the claims that the White House is limiting the FBI investigation, the president said he believes the Bureau should speak to whomever will help with the investigation. Republican senators have spoken out saying they believe the president is limiting the investigation.
And right here on campus, students and faculty are reacting to Kavanaugh's and Dr. Christine Blasey Ford's testimonies in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee. NewsWatch reporter Thomas Goris is in the newsroom to let us know what some are saying. Thomas?
Thanks, Matthew. According to the newest YouGov poll, Americans remain deeply divided over who's telling the truth in the sexual assault allegations against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. Some are saying Congress shouldn't turn it into a he said, she said situation.
The controversy surrounding Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation continued this past weekend as the FBI began its investigation into the sexual assault allegations made against Kavanaugh by Dr. Christine Ford. Top Republican senators asked President Trump for an investigation after pressure from Senator Jeff Flake, who is a crucial swing vote in Kavanaugh's confirmation. Flake said he would not vote yes for Kavanaugh unless an FBI investigation took place. Americans remain deeply divided on the controversy, falling mostly along party lines. According to a new YouGov poll, 73% of Democrats believe Dr. Ford's testimony, while 74% of Republicans believe Kavanaugh. Ole Miss senior Patrick Wolf feels it's wrong for people to make the entire process into a he said, she said debate.
It's either she's a liar and it's just a witch hunt, or it's he did it and we need to crucify him with these allegations.
Wolf feels that people should wait before the investigation is complete before taking sides.
We should have due process with this investigation and see if these allegations are true.
According to Ole Miss political science professor Connor Dowling, it's ultimately the Republican senators who will decide Kavanaugh's fate, not the FBI investigation.
If the Republican majority feels as if, sort of no matter what happens with the FBI investigation, but if they feel as if they have the 50 votes to confirm, they'll take a vote at some point.
A vote on Kavanaugh's confirmation is expected to take place by week's end after the investigation wraps up. Matthew, back to you.
Thanks, Thomas. Well, today marks the anniversary of the shooting rampage in Las Vegas, where dozens were killed and hundreds were injured. The city is hosting a number of events to remember the tragedy.
The mood in Las Vegas has been somber, yet hopeful over the past few days.
Hard to believe it's been a year.
Survivors of the 2017 shooting at the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival have been gathering.
Standing stronger and standing together.
They are mourning those lost and trying to recover from that tragic night 1 year ago.
I need that comfort, I need that support, I need the love, which I get from here.
58 people were killed in what is the deadliest mass shooting incident committed by one person in modern U.S. history. On Sunday, an interfaith service on hope, healing, and transformation.
When I got the call last October, all I could think about is this is my city. This is our city. They need me, and I'm going in there to help.
The marquees along the legendary Las Vegas Strip are set to go dark on Monday night in order to honor the victims.
It's very strange to miss 58 people you never met. I think about who they were, what they did. It's healing for me.
I just needed to be with people that understood what happened and what was going on.
Police say the shooter was found dead in his hotel room of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound, and no motive was ever confirmed.
Among the events scheduled for today, a memorial blood drive, a community prayer vigil, and a candlelight vigil.
2 Brookhaven police officers are dead after a shooting on Saturday. Officers Zach Moak and James White were transported to King's Daughters Medical Center, where they were pronounced dead. Authorities confirmed 25-year-old Marquise Aaron Flowers as a suspect and is in police custody. Governor Phil Bryant issued a statement on Twitter asking for prayers for the family and loved ones of the officers. The investigation by the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is currently ongoing.
The Oxford Board of Aldermen voted on Friday morning to postpone the start date of the recently approved alcohol and safety ordinance. The downtown ordinance was previously set to go into effect on October 5th, but has been pushed back to October 15th. And this was due to a meeting that was held on September 13th in order to affirm the boundaries of the ordinance. Therefore, the board decided to extend the date 30 days from that meeting rather than from the date it was initially approved.
Picking a major can be hard, but for one Ole Miss junior, all it took was his grandmother to tell him what to do. Clark Ross is the first student to enroll in the School of Applied Sciences Gerontology program. Coursework includes classes in nutrition, social work, exercise science, and legal studies, among other subjects. This new program is designed to help students prepare for a wide range of jobs and graduate study in this particular field. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the job market for aging-related jobs is expected to grow by nearly 20% by 2024. Gerontology is the study of old age and aging.
Coming up, we'll take a look at the new version of NAFTA to see which country just joined the trade deal.
And stay tuned to see why the CEO of Tesla just stepped down from the company and what it could mean for the corporation. But first, Jessica Everett has your first look at the current conditions.
Thanks, guys. Today was particularly hot, but partly cloudy skies made it a little bit easier. We can expect some high temperatures, and the chance of rain will continue. Taking a look at our current radar image, you can see that there's not very much activity except for in the north. But tune in to Storm Watch to see what the chance of rain will be.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin? Was just gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving. Like hearing voices? Like your text-to-emoji ratio? Oh man, the selfies. Selfies, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious. Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Here she comes. I, Krista, take you, Jamie, to be my wife.
When we found out that we were pregnant, we were just elated. We were just sitting there waiting for the pediatrician. She said she won't be taking you in as a client.
We are a lesbian couple, but she's just a baby. She's the one you're denying the service to.
Well, NAFTA is no more, but the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement is alive and breathing. Last night, Canada agreed to sign on to a trade deal between the U.S. and Mexico, reviving the nearly 25-year-old North American Free Trade Agreement after a year of negotiations, but under a new name.
Once approved by Congress, this new deal will be the most modern, up-to-date, and balanced trade agreement in the history of our country, with the most advanced protections for workers ever developed.
Hours before midnight, the countries agreed to a deal that would allow U.S. farmers greater access to Canada's dairy market and address concerns about possible U.S. auto tariffs. The agreement fulfills President Trump's campaign to pledge to renegotiate NAFTA and also avoids his threat to exclude Canada if the trade talks failed. Canada and Mexico are the two biggest export markets for the U.S. President Trump leveled what sounded like an attack on a female reporter earlier today. It happened in a press conference about the new trade deal between the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. When ABC reporter Cecilia Vega turned to get a microphone, the president told her that she never thinks. Here's the moment.
Okay, question? Yeah, go ahead. Sure. She's shocked that I picked her.
No.
She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Vega then asked about the sexual assault investigation of Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. President Trump said he wanted to answer questions related to the new trade agreement. The president later returned to Vega for her question about Kavanaugh.
Indonesia is reeling from a catastrophic earthquake and tsunami that struck the island of Sulawesi on Friday. The full scale of destruction is still unclear, but the city of Palu is now in ruins. More than 840 people are confirmed dead, and that number is likely to rise. The country's National Disaster Agency says that none of the country's tsunami detector buoys were working before the waves hit. A tsunami warning was sent out, but it severely underestimated the size of the waves. Authorities are now beginning the grim task of burying the hundreds of bodies in mass graves. Elon Musk is out as Tesla chairman. It's part of a deal Musk agreed to on Saturday that settles charges brought against him by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Musk agrees to leave his chairman role within 45 days and pay a $20 million fine. He's allowed to continue to serve as Tesla CEO. A court document states Musk took the deal without admitting or denying the allegations in the complaint. The lawsuit filed by this SEC this week claimed Musk misled investors when he tweeted last month he had secured funding to take the company private. Musk said the suit against him was unjustified.
Well, applying for financial aid just got easier. For the first time ever, college hopefuls can fill out the FAFSAs on a mobile app. According to the National College Access Network, only 61% of high school students apply, leaving more than $24 billion in state and federal aid on the table. This year, the Education Department is making the process a lot smoother. The form is now available through the brand new My Student Aid app. The FAFSA website is also sporting a new mobile-friendly design that's easier to use on a smartphone or tablet. Current and prospective college students have until the last day of the academic year to submit their FAFSA. Well, another day, another Kanye West controversy. The rapper took to Twitter to offer his thoughts about the 13th Amendment while sporting a Make America Great Again hat aboard a private jet. This represents good in American becoming whole again, West said. We will provide jobs for all who are free from prisons as we abolish the 13th Amendment. The 13th Amendment was ratified in 1865 and abolished slavery. West attempted to clarify in a separate tweet, saying the 13th Amendment is slavery in disguise, but many on social media remained confused and outraged. West apologized for how the tweet made people feel in an interview with a Chicago radio station.
A famous rapper is in the spotlight, but it has nothing to do with her music. Cardi B turned herself in for questioning today, accused of being involved in a fight at a strip club. Police say the rapper and her entourage got into an argument with club employees, apparently over suspicion that Cardi B's husband was cheating with one of the women. Police say chairs were thrown along with some bottles. 2 bartenders were hit, but luckily their injuries were minor. Right now, it's unclear exactly what role the rapper played in this fight, but she's facing charges of reckless endangerment and assault. Cardi B is due back in court October 29th. If you love Chipotle, then you'll love this. The company just debuted a program that offers customer perks with every purchase. It's called Chipotle Rewards. A point-based system gives customers points for every dollar they spend. Each dollar spent is worth 10 points. After 1,250 points, you get 1 free entree. The first 3 cities to try it are Phoenix, Kansas City, and Columbus, Ohio. But if all goes well, the program will expand nationwide come 2019. Customers can sign up through the Chipotle app or website.
Well, even with the overcast skies today, the warmer temperatures were back in Oxford. Hopefully the little bit of fall weather we saw last week will come back.
I definitely hope so. Coming up, Jessica Everett will let you know if any cooler temperatures are headed our way in her extended forecast.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
I got some Oxy after I hurt my neck. First I took them to feel better. Then I just kept taking them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
What's up, guys? It sure was a hot and humid day today. Currently, we're sitting at 81 degrees, still with some partly cloudy skies. Taking a look at our current radar, you can see there's not very much activity currently right now. Taking a look at our current all-around temperatures, you can see South Haven and Holly Springs and Tupelo all at 83, Oxford at 81, and the warmest is Corinth at 85. Taking a look at tomorrow's temperatures, you can see South Haven at 86, Holly Springs at 85, Oxford at 84, and Corinth and Tupelo, the warmest at 87. Taking a look at tonight's temperatures, we will cool down just a little bit to 67. The chance of rain does increase tonight, so just make sure to have a rain jacket handy. Taking a look at tomorrow's forecast, make sure to have a rain jacket and an umbrella handy because it's an 80% chance of rain with a high of 84. Taking a look at our 5-day forecast, you can see the warm weather, even though it is October, will be completely here for the week with some rain not at all in the forecast, so that's looking great. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jessica. The Ole Miss soccer team came out with an impressive 1-1 draw against number 5 Texas A&M, and one Rebel not named Cincy Kaiser earned SEC honor. See who it was next.
And find out how LeBron's Laker debut went up next in Sports Watch.
Don't ignore the subtext. It's on us to intervene in sexual assault. Because we can. Take the pledge at itsonus.org.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Soccer's Marnie Merritt is the SEC Defensive Player of the Week after facing one of the nation's most fierce offenses, Texas A&M. Merritt got 9 saves against the Aggies, just one off her career high, but she had to play an extra 20 minutes.
Merritt became the first keeper all season to hold the Aggies to 1 goal, helping Ole Miss seal a 1-1 draw against number 5 Texas A&M. Now, this is the second time in Merritt's career that she has gotten this recognition. The last time was in 2016 during her sophomore season. She now joins fellow senior CeCe Kaiser as Rebels to be selected for the award this season. And Ole Miss faced a tough challenge against number 5 LSU on Saturday. The Rebels fell 16-45. Head coach Matt Luke said the team is working hard in practice, but just need the support of Rebel Nation.
There's a lot of people that have passion for Ole Miss football, and I'm one of those people. And we are working really, really hard every single day to put a product on the field. Now, it didn't look the way we wanted it to look on Saturday, but we're going to continue to work, and we need to all be pulling in the same direction. And would love for everybody to show up on Saturday, and let's keep working to get this program where we all want it to be.
The Rebels will take on the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks on Saturday for a 3 p.m. homecoming game. And LeBron James fans were finally able to see him in his Lakers debut last night and some preseason action versus the Denver Nuggets. James only played in the first half, where he scored 9 points. The Lake Show ended up falling 124-107. In the first 15 minutes, he logged 3 rebounds and 3 assists, but it wasn't until the 9-12 mark when he took a tap-out pass from Rajon Rondo on the play, where he rose and sunk a deep three-pointer, giving the Lakers a short lead. After the game, he said, "Being a Laker feels different and it will take some time getting used to." The team still has 5 preseason games left until their season opener against the Trailblazers on October 18th. That's all I have for you today in sports. Be sure to follow us at NewsWatch_UM to stay up to date with all things sports. Matthew, Madison, back to you guys at the desk.
Sandy, up next, find out how one U.S. flag is being used to help victims of Hurricane Florence.
Stay tuned to see why the waves of the storm couldn't stop the waving of this flag.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout,
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
It only takes a moment to make a moment.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
They gave me Vicodin after my knee surgery. They kept prescribing it, so I kept taking it. I didn't know it would be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
A storm-ripped American flag that went viral during Hurricane Florence is being auctioned for charity. The flag was flying at the Frying Pan Tower, an old U.S. Coast Guard lighthouse off the coast of North Carolina, as Florence roared ashore. A live stream allowed people all over the world to see the storm as it moved in and ripped the flag to shreds.
The owner of the lighthouse says he decided to auction the weather-beaten flag after he saw how much attention it received online. The auction started Thursday and ended last night. All the money raised will go to the American Red Cross and marked for Hurricane Florence relief efforts.
How about Old Glory sticking through it? Jessica, I know it's going to rain tomorrow, 80%, but what about the rest of the week?
All sunshine, so
yes,
Sweet.
I'm so excited for that.
Thank you, Jessica. Well, that's all we have for tonight. Thank you for tuning in to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Matthew Henry.
Be sure to join us here again tomorrow night at 5 and on NewsWatchOleMiss.com. I'm Madison Scarpino. Thank you and good night.